Every now and then, a new fantasy book comes along that reminds me of why I love fantasy novels in the first place. Not the big, overhyped ones with glossy covers and giant press releases. Not not the ones that need a wiki page to be understood, or a side novel, or a novella, or a bonus chapter. Not the ones everyone's arguing about online. Just a story you pick up on a Friday night and suddenly it's Sunday and you've accidentally read the entire thing cover to cover. And you just sit there like, where did my weekend go? That was the Black Bane for me. So if you're a fantasy reader, if you're always looking for something new, something a bit darker, something immersive that actually pulls you along, this one might be one to put on your radar. I'm not going to do any like hyper structured review or big analytical breakdown. I'm just talking about my experience reading it because honestly, I think that feels more useful. And it's a new book, and I don't want to give you any spoilers. Also, quick YouTube ritual: like, hype, subscribe, membership, Patreon, Ko-fi, Substack, all down below. If you want to support this channel and keep these little rambly book chats alive, go for it. So let's talk about why this book stuck with me. And there are no spoilers. I think the older I get and the longer I've been reading fantasy, the rarer that discovery feeling becomes. You know, the one where you open a book with zero expectations and it slowly, quietly wins you over? No fireworks, no big dramatic twist you saw on TikTok, just page by page trust. That's what this felt like. It didn't try to impress me, it just worked, and weirdly, that's the hardest thing to pull off for me. The first thing that really landed for me was the world building. Not in the look how clever the lore is way. There's no pretension here, it's much quieter. The world feels old. Like people have lived here for generations, like mistakes have been made before the story started and everyone's just dealing with the aftermath. Nothing feels freshly built for the sake of a plot, and I love that. Because sometimes fantasy can feel like a stage prop. Like everything only exists because the main character needs it. This character is a plot device. And we all know the trope. In the 2000s, my mother will die now. Oh, she's alive again. We all know that trope, right? Here, it feels like the story's just happening inside something bigger. There's history in these walls, dirt under the nails. It feels lived in. And that's always the stuff that pulls me in the most. And I'm going to say this. This book is very good at painting a scene. The writing does that. There were moments where I didn't realise how clearly I could see everything until I stopped and thought about it. The environments felt tangible, physical, present. But the writing never felt heavy. It's not flowery, there's no purple poise, it's not trying too hard. It's just sharp, efficient. The writing matches the urgency of what's happening. Things speed up. When things speed up in the story, the sentences tighten. When things get tense, you feel it. And that creates this really nice momentum where the book just keeps nudging you forward. It's very, okay, one more chapter, which is dangerous for me. Because suddenly it's 1 a.m. and you have work in the morning and you're blaming a fantasy novel for your life choices and the amount of coffee you're going to be drinking in less than a few hours. Now, there's also this central element, a cursed forest. I won't go into specifics because I genuinely think going in blind is better with most books. But what I appreciated, it doesn't feel like a gimmick. It's not a cool set piece. It feels like a problem. It's a scar in this world. Something people have been living around for a long time. And the way the characters interact with it, well, what they want from it, adds to this constant undercurrent of tension. Not everyone has the best motivations. Nothing feels clean or simple, which makes everything more interesting. And just to be honest, because I never want to oversell anything, there were a handful of characters I didn't connect super deeply with, especially in this kind of the side characters. Few of them felt like they were still forming, like they hadn't stepped into themselves yet. But honestly, for me, that didn't hurt the experience as much as it would in other books, because it's very much a momentum-driven book. The story itself has so much drive that even when I wasn't emotionally attached to everyone, I still cared about what happened next, which is very difficult to pull off. And for a first book in what is clearly going to be a series, that feels pretty natural. Like, it feels like groundwork, like foundations being laid. And maybe this is just where I've been as a reader lately. I don't always need a book to be perfect anymore. I need a book to make me want to keep turning the page, to make me forget that my phone exists for a bit, to pull me into a fantasy world for a weekend, and this did that. And given everything that's been happening currently, this is very high praise. Sometimes a book is just what you need and what it needs to be. And that's the best kind of compliment I can give to any book. Sometimes a book takes you out of a really crappy situation and puts you in another world for a little while. That was this book. So I'm not going to be scoring it or ranking it or doing the whole critic thing. This is much simpler. If you're someone who likes darker leaning fantasy, enjoys immersive lived in worlds, wants to jump on a series early, and just wants a solid story that actually moves, I really think you need to pick up the Black Bane. It's worth picking up. It feels like the start of something, and I want to know what happened next. I got to that last page, I was like, damn you, I need another book. And those are always fun to catch early. If you've read it, let me know though. If you haven't, maybe just research it. Maybe just don't research it. Maybe don't go onto those things and look up this book. Just grab it and see how it feels. Some books are better that way. And if you're enjoying hanging out, like the video, subscribe for more of these kind of low-key book chat type things, and all the support links as well as links to get the book are in the description below. Alright, I'm going back to feeling bitter that book 2 is not ready yet, and I want to know what happens next. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you soon.